I remember 20 years ago.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Video Games and Nonsense podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Chase Carter, alongside
Raymond Woods.
All right, and this is where we talk about video games.
Raymond Woods.
We heard you. Plenty of times.
Oh, okay.
God, everybody's heard you. We're going to talk about what we've been playing recently, and just random video game news and random stuff that are in our daily lives. So, Ray, what have you been playing lately?
Actually, I haven't really been playing anything nothing like I've been kind of going around playing a little bit of Apex.
Nothing rectangular size?
Playing a little circular. Playing a little bit of Assassin's Creed. I don't want to get, because Cyberpunk's coming out in 2 days. So because basically
maybe. You don't know.
I know. Well, I mean, we pre-downloaded it, so they can fuck off.
That doesn't mean they're going to unlock it.
No, that it is. Because like I said, I don't want to start investing in like other games or anything like that at the moment.
Okay.
So
you're excited.
Are you not excited?
Well, you know me. I keep my expectations low, and that way, the game never falls beneath. I try to trick myself. That's why I don't watch trailers to movies. I just hear about a movie coming out, and then I'm like, oh yeah, it's a Batman movie. I'll go watch it. Or watch 10 seconds of a trailer. If it hooks me, then I don't want to see all the big epic action scenes, because in my head, I'm thinking during the whole movie, I'm thinking about that scene. And then what I liked about the Avengers, one of the Avengers movie, they a lot of the stuff that was in the trailer wasn't in the movie. So they showed you they made things just for the trailer. So that's a good way to trick people like that. But I don't know.
Yeah, I like that. No, yeah. Well, yeah, so, talking about the reviews, because I know, you said the reviews came out today for Cyberpunk. There's, on YouTube, there's this, channel. It's called Layman Gaming, Layman Gaming. Yeah. And the title, right off the bat, it said, great game with a lot of bugs. And I'm like, that's completely misleading. I didn't watch the whole thing. Hopefully he mentioned it.
So it's basically like every game has a lot of bugs. But
the problem is because Cyberpunk has come out and said, developers, they came out and said, we have a day one patch that's going to fix either most of the bugs. And so for him to have that in the title, it's like, why? Unless he just doesn't know.
Well, that gets you. Well, I'm pretty sure. I hope he does, if he plays video games for a living and has reviews and stuff. But I would say it's just clickbait stuff. I would say it's
it's so annoying.
It's supposed to be like a polarizing great game, but buggy. Well, let me find out what these bugs are. And I don't know if he goes into great detail about it, but with the game at that size, like a big RPG with, I'm assuming, systems that integrate within one another and all that stuff, different choices that dictate the outcome of the game, how you play it, the side missions. I heard something about, I accidentally read, the campaign is like 65 to 70 hours, just the main storyline. And I'm just like, that's a lot. That's not the side missions at all. And then the side missions dictate, I read something else, that doesn't equate to the whole, obviously the whole game. And then the side missions also dictate how the game ends,
like how it shapes,
which
is really cool. And then I also read something where a lot of the side missions feel like main missions. I was like, okay,
that's why. Yeah, I hope I'm playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and their mysteries, their little side missions.
Yeah,
I love that they're short. I love that there's some you just talk to people, and then there's some it's not like they're not all fetch quests. They're like,
exactly.
I lost my cat. Could you go get my cat? And then you go somewhere, get a cat, and bring it back. It's like, hey, I need these there was one where you had to carry this box of apples for this guy, and
it's just real,
it's just real sweet. And you walk with him for 30 seconds, and then he's like, oh, thanks, I appreciate it. And then he bobs for apples at the end, that's why he needed these apples. And he's part of this weird cult that worships apples or some weird thing. I'm like, oh, that's kind of funny. But I hope more games do that, because they're not when you see a side mission, you're like, do I really want to do this? How long is it
Yeah.
going to take? And you can see kind of just, and I like how they don't tell you exactly what to do, where to go. There was one I'm doing right now. It's in London. Um, there was all it was is it was like this little rectangle square, and there's a note in the center of it, and they were in the note. It talks about this band breaking up and how everyone's sad, and then around, which is weird, they were all kids that were crying. So I don't know why they were kids, but there's all these kids crying around this rectangle, and they were sad for some reason. And the note obviously says that this band broke up. Then you find another note in this around the same area where they're all located. So then you go talk to them, and you pay one of them to come back. This other one, all you have to do is talk to her, and you motivate her to do it. And this other one wants you to like sing a song or some poem thing, and then that inspires her to come back to the band. And then you come. So it's like, but they don't tell you exactly where they are. They just say west of this church or north of. One was west, one was east, and then one was in front of. I can't remember exactly where, but it's just kind of cool. Those little non-hand holding kind of missions. And I wonder in Cyberpunk, because it's all digital, it's all enhanced. I wonder if you're going to see like in the interface
I wonder
around
too.
So I'm kind of wondering how they're going to do that. Is it going to be as good as how I feel Assassin's Creed is?
Yeah, and for Cyberpunk, I know that because I was watching this review, and it's nothing really. I wouldn't say this is nothing a spoiler or anything like that, but there's like ads you can watch on TV, and apparently CD Projekt Red, they're not. Apparently these ads are going to be offensive to a lot of people. Like, you know what I mean? Not, like, okay, when I say offensive, you know what I mean by. I use it loosely because.
Well, anything you can make a commercial about anything.
But it's but you understand who's going to be offended by it. Like, and because the guy he had played it for, I think he played for like a week or at least a few days, and he's like, they didn't hold back. He's like, they didn't give a shit. They didn't care. They're like, I don't care. We're gonna do it. Well, and he said they're pretty funny. So I was like, that's.
Well, it's a futuristic world, so hopefully they make fun of everything. Like, and that's what.
Of course, yeah.
That's what I got. I personally think you should be able to make a joke about anything, regardless of kind of what it is. And there was one of my friends, she posted a picture of this children's book, and it said girls can be anything. It's like, oh, nowadays girls can be anything. And I was like, well, yeah, they're so free, they can even become men now. Like they can eat like just as like a funny little thing. Like we've like women have come so far and have like, in my head, this is what I'm not making make funning of transgender people. It's the fact that women can really do anything they want to, even become, being a different sex. Like that's what the joke is in my head. I'm not saying anything bad about the transgender community. And she was like, anti-trans jokes aren't funny. And I'm like, in nowhere did I say that it was. Yeah. And I'm just like, and this girl, she was in the military with me, said some of the most offensive things I've ever heard, calling people stupid, retarded, everything, like whatever, and making racist, like jokingly making these things, whatever. But when she saw my thing in text or whatever,
transgender, that's when she gets all.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like, I don't think you should be able to nitpick. You can tell me, hey, I don't find those jokes funny. Could you please not tell them to me? I'm like, that's fine, whatever. But to say like, you shouldn't make trans, I'm like, no. Everyone can be made fun of. There's no little special group that can't be made fun of. And that's what that's what I think about those commercials is, if you're making fun of, say, people on the left, and you have to make fun of people on the right, make fun of people in the middle who are like, can't pick a side. You can make fun of like these fence sitters who, whatever. You should be able to make fun of gay people, any race. You should be able to make straight people, everybody. Like, and that's hopefully that's what you're referring to, is like they're making all these jokes about everybody. Just.
Well, yeah, and it's funny because I can't remember her name. Her name like Michelle something, but she's on YouTube and she's very popular. It's called her channel is called Challenge Accepted. What she'll do is she'll go and she'll try out many different things. She'll try like training to like for a firefighter, training to be a police officer, training in the military. All kinds of different training. Like it's really cool. Like and it goes into depth about like how hard it is to be a firefighter, or like she did stuff like she trained as like a Victoria's Secret model or something like that. But this one's
How do
the
you
one.
train to be a Victoria's Secret model? You have
Oh,
to not. You have to not eat, and you have
well,
to put on
no,
a
they
lot of
still,
makeup.
yeah, they still exercise. They have to stay very, very slim.
They
But
have to exercise.
and but no, like I said, but a lot of them they're like she trained as a Marine, and then she did one where she was a police officer. Now this video was up to like a year ago, and I was just scrolling through YouTube last night, and I clicked on that one, and the very beginning of the video is the following. It said the following video may be triggering to some. And I'm like, what are you like? But she's trying to please everyone. Basically, she's trying to. She's doing the police the police academy to please one group of people, and then she's saying, oh, it might be triggering to please another group. And I comment, I said, you can't please everyone, and even people on the left. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how much you prepare. They will never be satisfied. There's always something. They will always find something, and that's the problem. That's the mainly the problem. They will always find something, like how they say math is racist. Everything is racist. I'm like, no. But anyways, but yeah. So and just seeing them like stop. Everyone's so afraid to offend everyone, and just like I said in video games, and
But that's
like I
the
said,
best to me. That's the best time to be offensive. Is when
yeah,
when everyone is
because you
really.
have those people who are quiet, who like they'll stick with you. They'll be like, oh yeah, no, I like this is what I like. This
Yeah,
is right here is what I
it's the
like.
best time for someone to actually speak their mind and just be what I consider like a normal person. Like you can make fun, you can criticize everyone's differences, everyone's little, and it's not to where you're discriminating against them, but you're poking fun at everybody's little subtleties and their differences. Whether you're bald like you are, I give you shit for being bald, and it's not like, oh, I hate bald people. It's just anything that like you do, a certain shirt you wear or shoes or whatever, like people give each other shit for, and then other people who don't grow up in that kind of environment take offense to all that stuff. Like, why can't you just be nice? And it was like, well, if you're nice all the time, then being nice doesn't mean anything. Like if you're just, you know what I mean? Like that's how I see it. If I tell you like, oh, you look really good today every single day, you're not going to hear that. If I'm just like, hey, whatever, you piece of garbage, piece of shit, whatever, your beard sucks, even though it is amazing. It is a good beard. It's really the only thing that's, your eyesight and your follically challenged up there, but down here it's great. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to I can't see. It's not even, this is a few weeks. It's not even full. It's not even full. Like my mom could grow a better beard than I can, but,
gross.
Yeah. Well, she's Serbian, but it's Serbian side of the family. Yeah. My dad, completely hairless, like a dolphin, just smooth, no hair.
So you get that from your dad.
Yeah.
Chest.
But then like my arm hair is from my mom's side of the family, which is kind of strange. But like people get offended not too easily. Like you can be offended, but then to say like you can't do something, like you shouldn't joke about that or you shouldn't bring that up. Like then you're trying to control other people's like freedoms, and that's what I don't like. Like you can be offended to all you want to and not have like listen to it. If someone says something offensive like in a YouTube video, then turn it off. Just
okay, yeah, I don't like that. Click. That's what I do. If I get upset at something, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna watch.
Yeah, it's like when I watch YouTube videos when they go, hey, it's your boy 6958, Pug Naughty. This is what what's what I do. 5 seconds, I'll turn it off. Or if the intro's too long, remember, smash that like button, and then like fists come out of nowhere. And I'm like, you can just say that, hey, remember to subscribe, hit the like button, blah, 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 blah. Let's get into the video. That's 5 seconds. That's all. Just talk like a normal person. But I don't know because they're gearing it towards kids and they're getting real animated and but like if everybody's doing that, I don't know what this is. But if everybody's doing that, then it's not different. So I'm thinking, in my head, well, just being normal and talking like an average human being to people, I think that's what's gonna, I don't know, like,
of course,
actually hold people's attention more.
If you're too animated, then people will a lot of people look at you and be like, nah, it's fake.
Yeah, and that's what I find interesting about you is because you can get like real crazy and goofy, but it comes.
And then I like.
First of all, how dare you say you bring it down? How dare you say you bring it down?
I'm okay right now.
Yeah, because you're on medication, probably. No, but I'm saying like, it comes off as genuine. It's like it's not forced.
Mm.
Whenever, like I told you the other day, you had me laughing for a good minute and a half when we were on Xbox Live, and you were trying to get me to play. What was that? Risk of Rain.
Risk of Rain 2, yeah.
Yeah, and I was just
We were like going on. We were like, you were making fun of it. We're me
yeah,
and
yeah,
Dylan making fun of you for like
yeah.
a good
Dylan's
minute.
like, oh, it's a great game, man. It's really you'll love to play. It's only $15. It's only just buy it. It's only 15. I was like, I don't care if it was $1. I'm not buying this game.
Dylan told me to buy it for Ricky, and I told him like, nah, man, I can't, broke.
He told you to buy it for his brother?
For Ricky, I was like, I mean, sometimes like if it's cheap enough, if we'll all actually play it. Like, what game was it? Like,
So you're supporting their video game habits?
No, it's. I mean,
I
it's
know,
not
like just like a little game.
all, but like like Phasmophobia. Like I bought it for Dylan, me and Dylan, and we played it. We play the game all the time. Like we played it for like 2 months. Now we kind of slow down because the developers, they haven't really updated it like too much. So we're waiting for like a big update. And plus, like I said, Cyberpunk's coming out.
Yeah, there's no other games to play right now other than to me Assassin's Creed and then Cyberpunk. I'm gonna be going back and forth. I'm like 60 hours in.
Yeah, I know. I'm
to
about
Assassin's
60
Creed.
hours, 61 hours.
I looked
I'm
at
like,
that counter. I was like, holy shit! And I'm going through slow. What I love. Okay, I want to go into little Assassin's Creed details. I started with when I go on the raids. I put stupid. I put on the helmet.
your helmet.
The helmet, and I take it off. So I hide the helmet, and then when I'm going into battle, I put it on. Only thing I don't like is like in cutscenes. I wish there was the option to take it off. Like they don't show that whatever you have in cutscenes, because then he's talking and I look like a robot. But I also, when I'm walking around the town, I don't want that big cloak on me because I'm in like this hot summer area and I have this huge wool.
I do wish that there were some armors that didn't have fur. Like
no, you can take it off. No, you can take it off. You can take that part off.
You can take the fur off?
Yeah, you can hide it. It's the one right under. No, it's the top one. It's that top left item, and you take that off, and you still have your shirt on. You still have your clothes on underneath.
But now I'm talking about, because I'm saying like the fur, and then like I just want that fur, like the armor, like you have your armor, and then just the fur on your shoulders just gone. Like armor sets where there's no fur on it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know how much of the armor is gone, but it's not that much. It's still.
I'll have to take a look at it.
It still looks fine. Yeah. So I take that. So I unequip. I got a little crazy with it. I unequip my shield and I just have an axe or whatever. I have a one-handed weapon when I'm just going through the world. And then when it rains, I put the cloak on and I put the hood over my head because it's raining. Right. I know it's stupid, but it adds so much more little. And that's where I thought about the idea. I texted to you. I was like, what about when it rains, your character is slower?
Yeah.
If you're wearing a lot of
heavy.
gear. Yeah, if you're wearing a lot of gear. And then like also when you swim, I think that's what you shouldn't be able to swim in this big old.
That's the thing that Red Dead does. I noticed that if you have a lot of gear on and you try to swim, you'll drown. But if you have less on, you'll be able to swim a little bit. But
I didn't notice that about it. I noticed that you can change like your. That's what I like. I like going to the horse and changing your outfit. Like so, if it's snowy, you put on a coat, and it adds more realism, or kind of I don't know. Like you feel like you're in the world more. Like you're immersed in that world. And then I don't know, but it's just, I started doing that, and then I started thinking about all these little kind of details. Like if I go swimming, I'll take everything off but my pants or whatever. I'll take the bow off, everything, and then when I'm in there, it actually feels like I'm swimming instead of just I'm rock climbing. All of a sudden, I'm jumping over this fence. I fight all these guys. I still have all this armor on, and then I go for a dip. You know what I mean? It's just like no, like there should be little.
And the only stamina that you have to worry about is when you're dodging.
Yeah, that's the only stamina. Yeah, I can run for as long as I want to, but when it comes to that, it's just not
forever.
It's just not the same. But it's kind of interesting to me how that if I'm thinking about a game, but like would it be too like detailed to put that in a game? Too
well, yeah, and because the thing is when you play Red Dead, you expect that realism. You're like, okay, I understand that.
Yeah.
So when you play Assassin's Creed, you it's more of a fantasy, except for Red Dead. There's a lot the logic in when it comes to like someone shooting you kill them, and then someone witnesses murder. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, like especially back in the old West days when like you could kill someone for like insulting you, like you can accept a duel and kill someone, and by law it was fine. And I still think that is like actually a law. So if you're out and about and two people want to fight, I forget there's certain states where the cops will just sit and watch two people fight. And just kind of, I forget what it is. I was listening to a podcast and they were going over like weird state laws. I don't know if it's true. I listened to a podcast, but
Yeah.
if they know what they're talking about, which like it's like I don't know, like accepted combat, which is weird. But is there anything about Assassin's Creed that you're kind of finding, or have you just kind of got off of it in preparation for Cyberpunk?
Yeah, I kind of got off of it in preparation because, like I said, and plus I was playing the game a lot. Like, and I want that game to have longevity. You know what I mean? Like, I want to and plus I love because I've been wanting to play it. Like, won't lie. I'm like, man, I really want to play Assassin's Creed.
And you got your Xbox.
Yeah, oh man,
you haven't talked about that. I want you to talk. Did you post that terrible unboxing video?
Yeah. Okay, it's got like almost 200 views on it though. I was like, all right, sweet. But yeah, oh my god, I didn't even think. I was like, I was just excited. You know, I was too excited. I was like, all right, let's hurry up and I want to open this shit and get it. And I'm just holding my damn phone. Should have had like this, portrait mode.
I know once you text me, like I recorded everything in vertical, and I was like, oh Jesus. I was like, are you making a Vine? What are you doing? Are you making an Instagram story?
Hey, Vine was good, okay?
No, yeah, it was hilarious.
But yeah, for those who do watch, the maybe 3 people, yes, I got my Series X, and it's even better because, like I said, like I have my QLED, 4K QLED. You got to get a QLED, man.
Don't tell me what I need to get.
No, I will tell you.
Don't tell me.
Because you haven't. Okay, here's the thing.
I have a 4K.
You have a 4K.
I have a 4K something monitor.
But when you come over here and you see this TV, you're like, what the? Hello. It's even clear. It's a
TV or a monitor?
TV.
Okay. How big is it?
32-inch.
Okay, so I like smaller TVs. I don't like big old TVs.
Yeah, 4K TVs. I think the lowest it goes 32, or the smallest.
Okay. Yeah, because
plus it was I got an open box. It was $370.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that deal. I was like, okay, just get. Even though you have a 3 monitor setup, a giant.
But these aren't 4K. These aren't 4K. 144, 240.
Oh, okay. But is your TV in the living room 4K?
Yeah, but it's 55-inch. I don't like playing on big TVs like that.
Okay. Why?
I die.
Is it just too much?
Yeah, it's just and like I said, when I aim, like when I aim with it, I especially first person shooters. I've already tried it. I've tried that TV in there. I actually, when I first moved into my apartment, I played Battlefield on it, and then I played Apex. I'm like, I don't know what it is, and that it's 100. It's even still 120 hertz. And I tried it again before I bought the TV. I was like, maybe I could just get over it. I tried it for like a day. I'm like, I just can't. I can't do it. I don't understand why. It's really weird. It's just like it's off. Like it's just like the aiming is a little off. Like it's hard to explain. You'd have to you haven't played first person shooters.
Is the
Dylan? Same thing with Dylan. Like he doesn't like playing. He can't play first person shooters on big screens either. Is there like some kind of lag between? Yeah, it's like if this is the right word, it's like latency. It's
okay.
Weird. It's I don't know. It's just it's different. Like for those who watch, they know what I'm talking about. For like you, they kind of understand. You have to kind of experience it. You're like, oh, and like when you see it, you're like, oh, I get it. I understand. Like it's odd. But so then that's why, and then plus, like, fuck it. Like if if I've got the money, just I got a brand new system.
Yeah, get a TV that you like, and that you sit there. Like if you were like a casual video game player, I'd be like, no, don't.
No.
But like that's your main hobby, especially now. Like we can't go anywhere, so even more. But
I'm still gonna do it. Okay, I'm a rebel.
You're still gonna go. I like how you're still going to the gym. Like there's still a gym where you are. That just doesn't.
Yeah, no. I double checked yesterday. I was like, "Are you guys?" They're like, "Yeah, we're not complying." I was like, "Yes."
I wonder, like, because I've seen like sheriffs come out and in California.
One apparently, Dylan told me that one in San Diego said that he saw a video where the sheriff of San Diego or something said they're not gonna enforce anything that Gavin Newsom says, and the main reason is because Gavin Newsom doesn't practice what he preaches, or what he not preaches, what he pushes.
Well, it's like a weird like this is the first time I can recall like the head of a state or the country, even like with Trump, him saying, "Oh, we're going to do this," and then governor saying, "No, we're not. No, we're not." Like, but like that's maybe it's because I'm paying more attention to it as I get older. So, but like they obviously have had differences in the past. Everybody on every political rung of the ladder, and just saying, "No, we're not gonna." But like to publicly release a video, like as a sheriff saying, "We're not." Like these guys don't do what they practice or whatever. He's like, I'm not going to hurt the people I'm looking after, the civilians of this, county or whatever. And I'm just like, holy crap. I'm just like, and then when he brought up Gavin, what did he bring up? He brought up something that the Democrats, they didn't want to listen to Trump. And then Trump, I think, threatened.
Probably, but maybe.
Well, hold on. Let me try to get this out because I'm too stupid to remember what it was. But Trump had some, like, I don't know, not law, but some like rules he wanted all the states to follow. I forget what it was. And then the Democratic states are like, no, we're not going to do that. And then Trump threatened to take away funding. And the Democrat, I forget what it was. And the Democrats,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I forget what it is, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
and the Democrats like, you can't do that. Blah 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 blah. Now Gavin Newsom is threatening to take funding away from those counties for not listening to him. And I'm like, that's the same thing that you can't criticize one person for doing it and then do the exact same thing that like, but you can. It's politics. Nobody like really, I don't know, cares. I guess, but
well, one thing that I thought was really funny. This is like a little off topic, but it's about Trump and all that. Is Trump was saying, like, when he first came into office, he was saying, he was telling basically everyone that there's a crisis at the southern border, and there was huge amounts of drugs, loads of just sex trafficking happening, and he's like, there's a crisis. Like, I don't understand why no one like the left is like all of them were like, no, there isn't. Then all of a sudden, it got so bad. It literally got so bad. The Democrats finally said, they're like, okay, there is. But they blame Trump. They blamed him for it. I'm like, oh, you guys are just, oh, man.
And like, I don't think it's like an either side thing. It's like, if your party did something 10 years ago and then your side doesn't do that anymore, but the other side does it, you'll criticize that side for doing the same thing you guys were doing. And it's just like this hindsight they don't have. It's like, can someone say like can the Obama administration admit like, yeah, we built those cages. It's not a good idea. And then once Trump gets in and then people point like the reporters, they don't mention who built the prison cells or whatever. Yeah. And I'm just like, well, like, cause I thought I was like, why is Trump having all these people putting like, that doesn't like, I understand like containment areas, making sure like they're safe. And then like the people who are patrolling the borders are safe. Like I get, like you have to have someone in an area to figure it out.
And then you did your research and you're like, it wasn't him.
Yeah. And then I saw like, like Biden, when he was vice president before, like touring these places.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh wait, these were here long before. Oh, he didn't build those, but you kind of made it seem like Trump was doing all of this stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. So you're both full of shit. This is all nonsense. You're kind of just like platforming whatever group you're on up so you guys can kind of keep power and control of all of this. It's just real interesting. And then I heard, what was it? It's some weird money. It's some like how rich presidents get after they leave office. And it's insane. It's insane. Like Obama was worth under $1 million. He's worth over $300 million now. And I'm like, where did all that money come from all of a sudden?
Well, that's the thing. That's another thing too. That's a lot of people are like really questioning is because Obama, he's like the richest person he's become the richest person after a presidency than any other president.
Yeah. Well, like I think
as far as my understanding, and I'm like,
well, I think like it's always going to be because there's more money now. There's more people in our country, so there's more people to give him or whoever the president is money. It's like
Yeah.
with which is so stupid. They're like because I follow basketball. They're like, this is the Steph Curry is the highest paid NBA basketball player of all time, and I'm like, well, no shit. It's making the most money right now. It's not. This is not 20 years ago, when they weren't making as much, and there's not that many people interested in the sport. Now that this is the most popular it's been, if it has a downfall, then that would be an argument. But I don't know, when you're always going to have the highest, the most expensive house. So we're always going to outdo, I guess, the former, I don't know, people, I guess. But like, I wonder what the percentage is, like the percentage of difference. So did like Clinton make only 200 million? Like he has a whole foundation and all that stuff. And is that well, I don't want to get into all that. I don't even know all those conspiracy theories. But like,
we're live right now. Well, not live, but
we're
live.
We'll
talk about that.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering, like, all of those things. I wonder how they get their money. And then it was what was it? Comedian Bill Burr. He was talking about like how Michelle Obama wrote a book, and then had a book tour and speaking events. And she was giving speeches at arenas, like basketball arenas, like 30,000 people. And then he made a joke. It's like she wrote a book about not having a job, like being the first lady is not a job, like whatever. And so like he went off with this whole thing. But if you think about it, it's like, is this some weird scheme where like you become president, you make, $400,000 a year, not a scheme, but is this part of the whole thing? You make all of these deals that make super bankers rich, hedge fund people, whatever rich. You kind of take care of the people, make sure they don't have an uprising. You kind of mitigate that. And then when you get out, you get all these speaking engagements and book deals that make you hundreds of millions of dollars. And I'm like, oh, that's why they want to be. I was like, why would anyone want to become president? Like I thought about that. It's like they only make $400,000 a year. That's not worth it. Gauging on like how much they age when they're in office. Besides Trump looks exactly the same. I don't know.
I know. He's like what, 74 or something.
I don't know. He looks exactly the same. Obama looks like he aged in dog years. He looks. I mean, he still looks good.
Oh my God, Hillary! Have you seen Hillary lately, dude? It's just wrinkle after wrinkle after wrinkle. I'm like, what the hell happened to you? She took this 2016 loss real hard. Ooh.
Well, there's certain people that just like get to an age and then they just kind of appearance-wise kind of fall over a cliff.
It's funny too.
You did that at probably 15 years old. You just
I know. I was losing my fucking hair at fucking 14. Anyways, but yeah, no. But what's funny too is a lot of people make good points. Is like Trump, he was worth like, I can't even remember. Like I'm gonna give like just a very rough estimate. You could look it up, but he was worth, his net worth was like 40 million, 40 billion, something like that. When he joined office, it dropped like 15 to 20 million, or however much. You know what I'm saying? It dropped, and I'm like, if he wanted to, like, if he was actually corrupt, he wouldn't have became the president. Because and also.
Well, I don't know, because there's so many deals that he's gonna get after. We don't know. Like, and that's the thing is you can't say like if he's not corrupt because he was running for president. Like, because I know you're a fan of his over the other side, but like they're both fucking these like weasel, power hungry, money hungry, just sons of bitches, and that's fine because I'd probably be the same way if I was way up there.
You know what's funny too?
I don't know what.
I like that you say that. Yeah,
I don't know what how the top 1% lives, and if I was up there in my mansion overlooking like Malibu, and I see all these poor people just like dirty, not washing themselves, I was like, get these bums away from me. That's how I think like most people would act. I would guess on just average, but like I think it takes a special person to have like humility to always be like, well, that's where I came from. Like a few generations of my family, we were those kind of poor people. Like I'm in like the middle class. I don't make, even $50,000-$60,000 a year. But like I feel fortunate that I don't need like to worry about where my next meal's coming from, that I have food, that I have.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Especially because, I know. Yeah.
But I don't know where I would go like bad as far as like millions and millions of dollars. Would I be like, how, like there was, what was it? There was a podcast I was listening to, and the interviewer refused to be identified on it. And because she was, she had relationships, she was someone's girlfriend for money. Like, I think it was to the point of like $200,000 a year. or $300,000 a year. She was this rich guy's, a billionaire's girlfriend or whatever,
Yeah,
exclusive. And she said, the interviewer asked, would you date a poor guy again, like a normal guy? And she's like, I couldn't date someone who didn't make under $50,000 a year. And I was like,
what happens, man.
so you get to a point where it's like, I don't mess with these losers anymore. I don't mess with these broke people anymore. And I'm just like,
and it's funny because it's cool. It's funny that you mentioned that, because there's a lot of people who like for instance, they saw like years ago Justin Bieber, he was in like his Ferrari or whatever, and he was like going really really fucking fast down a straightaway, and people were like going crazy. Oh my god, how he's just, this is ridiculous, he's too young, blah blah, he's letting everything go to his head. I'm like,
he's been
he's
famous since he was 9 years old.
Yeah, he's literally a child, and I don't want to hear all these fake ass people. I don't want to hear, because I don't, like you said, I don't know if I had millions of dollars. I don't know how I would change. I probably would. I'm not gonna say, oh no, I'm still the same person. No. No, I would not.
It's like you get into that world and say you're always like how Justin like say anyone that's successful is working. Like if they made it, obvious. If there's some rich kid who like gets money, that's a completely different animal. But if you're someone who's always pushing, if you started kind of from nothing and built your own empire or what have you.
Yeah, there are people who, they keep them, they keep themselves.
Well, there's also tragedies. So like if you become the man and then you surround yourself, or the woman, and then you hear yes men all the time around you, that's going to affect you negatively. So unless you have like friends who
real friends.
Yeah, friends who like grew up like before, who give you shit and we're like, remember when you were this gap tooth person who stuttered all the time back, like who reminds you of kind of that,
where you came from.
Yeah.
I know for a fact. My dad would probably beat my fucking ass if I ever hit the lottery or something, like off the chance. Yeah.
You play the lottery?
No, I don't. But I'm saying, it's a scenario. It's an example.
Okay. I'm just saying. I talk about how you waste money to you all the time, but I didn't know you. Go ahead, continue.
I'm just saying, like my dad, he would beat my ass. He would.
Are you kidding? He in my head, he'd be like, "Can I have $1 million?"
Well, you understand what I'm saying. But obviously, I'd help him out even if they didn't ask. But if I started like being a rich asshole, he'd be like, I don't think so.
Get away from me.
I used to wipe your ass when you were a child. Okay, I know everything about you.
You would imagine, but I don't know how much, like, because I hear athletes, basketball players, they talk about how their families change once they see you as basically like an ATM machine.
Or what's the actor's name? He said that basically the same thing. He was in Groundhog Day. Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. Yeah.
Yeah, he basically said the same thing.
Yeah. So like Charles, I heard Charles Barkley talk about it. Heard all these people just like, you'll have so many cousins, second cousins that want to have these business ideas that are like $50,000-$60,000, and like never heard from them again. Yeah, and it's like, and then they were talking about how it got to their brothers and sisters, and then it all depends on their personality, like how they grew up, watching or seeing you. So they'll look at you like, well, hey, you have all this stuff. You came from us. We were like your support group or whatever. We deserve a piece of that. And then I heard another story. Dane Cook, the stand-up comedian, his brother stole like millions of dollars from him, and his brother's in prison or something. There's like a YouTube video. It's like Dane Cook sends his brother to prison because he stole millions of dollars from.
Jesus.
And like,
Christ.
So mentally, his brother thought he deserved that because he helped Dane Cook become like, he was like a support system. I think he's his older brother, if I remember the story correctly. I can't remember, but just like someone alongside of you thinking that they deserve. There's like, first of all, nobody deserves. You deserve what like someone is willing to pay you for whatever you're doing. So like if Dane Cook wanted to hire his brother and give him $100,000 a year, that's what you get. You don't deserve the, however much money he was making. You don't deserve all that. That's his.
Be happy with what you have.
Yeah. And it's like, he
doesn't get shit.
now he's in jail.
He's in
so I'm just wondering like what, you have to take a step. I'm watching Yellowstone right now. And it's about this rich rancher. It's a good show. You should watch it. About this rich rancher. He's trying to keep all of his land, but also expand at the same time. And then to a point, I'm thinking like, when is enough kind of deal? And like, why can't you be happy? And there's a character. He's a cowboy. He was like the head of all the cowboys at the ranch. He was like the manager basically, and he gets demoted. And he's been there since he was like a teenager. Like, this is like for life ranch or whatever. And this other character in the show was like, you deserve more than this. You deserve more. Like, and he's picking up shit. Like, and we went back all the way to the bottom. And,
just like in the military where
so you're all the way at the bottom, right? So he's shoveling shit basically, like filling up this, hay trough. And then this girl comes over to him and he goes like, you deserve more, whatever. And then he looks behind him and he sees like this Montana sunset and these beautiful valleys. And he goes, I think this is good enough. And like, it's just like this introspective, like she's seeing him as like this low peon, like you don't have anything. And she's the rich daddy's girl, farmer's daughters. She's the millionaire part of it. And she's like, you deserve more. You've earned more. And he goes, this is okay. Like, if this is the bottom, like, I'm okay with it. You know what I mean?
Content. Yeah. That's
and it's just like this inner peace that he had. And I was like, that's pretty cool. I was like, that's kind of, you just have to like sit where you are and kind of, because like I think everybody gets sad and depressed. And then you kind of look around and you're like, well, if you have your own like place and it's not terrible and you're eating three meals a day, and it's like, how bad is your life really?
Yeah.
Are you creating problems just to create problems? Like,
exactly. No, yeah, no, it's really what it is. It's that, like, you've been to my apartment, you've seen the area. It's really not, it's pretty ghetto. My apartment is not really the best, but I'm legit happy.
Well, it's a fine place. You have a 2-bedroom apartment.
I have my game set up.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'm alone. I'm where I've always wanted to be. I remember years ago, in my head, saying literally the only thing I want is just to have my own place. This is what, out of anything ever, out of any video game, out of anything, this is what I've wanted the most, is to have my own place. Literally, I would years and years I would dream of that.
You would dream about having your own place?
Not like literally. I'm talking. Come on.
Well, you said literally. Stop using the word literally if you don't mean literally.
I didn't say literally. Did I say literally dream about that?
You said literally like 4 times in the last 8 sentences.
But did I say literally dream about that?
Yeah, I had a dream where I literally would have my own place. I believe so.
I don't remember that. Anyway, okay.
It was all 10 seconds ago. I don't remember that.
I would have, that was my dream. That was my goal, is to, and now my goal is to, get healthy. I'm not going to say get all ripped and shit, because that takes years. I see dudes at the gym and I'm like, I've gotten to the point too, like, where I'm kind of over that. Like, I see guys at the gym and I'm like, and I see they're fucking huge. And because Ricky, unfortunately, he kind of thinks that way. Like, I told you, like, before, when he was talking about wanting to lose weight, he's like, yeah, I'm going to lose 60 pounds. I'm like,
it's like, start out with 10.
What the fuck are you talking? 60 pounds? Like, you're going to fail immediately.
Like, chances are, like, he could do, like, if he was, it's not just him. Like, if anyone's motivated enough, you can do whatever you want.
Well,
like,
yeah, of course.
But if you have that motivation, but like also, and then say if you're married and have kids, or
he's married, got 2 kids.
I'm not specifically talking about him. Like, I don't want to single him out and go, he's a loser. But friendship wise, he is a loser. Don't just talking shit about him. I like the guy. He's funny. But no, I just, like, anybody, like, it depends on what, like, you're not going to be, usually chances are you're not going to be like a physical fit god if you have other responsibilities in your life. Does that mean you should become a fat schlub? No, exactly. So like, there's all these different things you can do. Like, I'm single. Like, I don't have kids. I'm not single. Obviously, my girlfriend's right over there.
I was like,
it's a phase. Yeah. I'm not married. Is what I meant to say. I'm not married. So like,
nice.
There's responsibilities that I don't have. So like, I don't have to worry about picking my kids up from school. I don't have to worry about daycare. I don't have to, and all these things. And this freeing weight that's off of me. Like, I don't have those things to worry about. I just have to worry about my bills and then making sure my girlfriend's happy. And I think I do a pretty good job of that, other than the simple fact that I just said that I'm single on my podcast. Other than that, I think she's overall happy with me.
Well, no, yeah, and that's completely right, and that's why like I know like Ricky, he's like really worried about his weight and stuff like that, which is fine. But like I there have been times I'm like, dude, you gotta like just chill. Like you have a family, man. Like you gotta like you have to worry about that. Like that's comes first, stuff like that. So for him, like he needs to get to the point where it's like care, and if we have time, go work out. If you have the time, go work out. And it's what for me, at least for me, is because a lot of people, oh, I'm gonna work out for 3 months. I don't do that. I say, okay, I'm here today. What should I be doing today? Right now, what should I be doing? Working out. So I go and work out. Next day, what should I be doing right now? Working out. Okay, I'm gonna go work out, and you just take it day by day, because like I said, and then it's food is I mean everyone and another thing too, what I noticed too is people they'll start for like a few days, and then they'll like eat something, like they'll be like, oh man, I really wanted this, and they'll eat something bad or whatever. They'll like have a bowl of ice cream, and then they'll like, or they won't go to the gym one day, and they'll just stop completely. They get into that mind where like, okay, I've already failed. I'm like, no, you keep going. Like, who cares?
Well,
Just go to the gym again.
it's a
Just keep going.
yeah, it's a change like in your lifestyle. So if you're always, I
You
don't
can't
know,
be perfect right off the bat. Like you're gonna mess up. Like you're
yeah,
gonna mess up.
if you're
It's
always
because
doing something. So say if like you don't work out, you fall into that rhythm of not working out or not caring about what you eat. And then if you fall into a rhythm of caring about how you eat, it's the same thing as being lazy and not doing anything. So
yeah.
like working hard and being lazy is the same thing. It's just consistency. Like consistently being lazy or consistently working hard. It's the I don't know, it's like kind of the different paths but the same, like, I don't know, road
And
structure,
yeah,
I guess you could
and
say.
what? Yeah, no, it's weird too, because also what helps me, and this never helped me before. I don't know why, but I made a commitment to myself. I don't. It's weird. Like I'm like, no. Like if I'm feeling lazy, I'm like, no. I made a commitment. You made a commitment. Yes. I'll say this in my head. I'm like, did you, yes or no? Did you make a commitment? Yeah, I did. Okay. No, you need to go. And for some reason now it's like kind of clicked for me. I guess it's just as you get older, just
Well, it's
certain
all that,
things
yeah.
click.
Yeah, that's as everyone gets older, I'm assuming.
But yeah, and so it's just like now it's just like I'm holding myself responsible. And also not just going to the gym, because there's a lot of people that, like you've told you, the first thing that you taught me was there's a lot of lazy people that go to the gym.
Oh, there's tons of lazy people. My friend Benji, my friend Mike, they're the laziest people at the gym I've ever seen. They don't sweat at the gym. Like they don't. I forget. Me and Benji were just on the phone making fun of Mike, and he's posting workout videos where he's not sweating, and he's like all this like work hard, work hard, play hard, and all this other stuff. And then what's funny is it's so fun to make fun of that guy, but he's posting like this YouTube series about his journey back to dunking. And
Mm.
2 weeks prior to that video, he released videos of him dunking. So I don't know what journey. It must
Let's
be a really
go.
short journey. It must
Yeah.
be, yeah, the journey must be a week or two, because I was like, you can still dunk. Like you can say the journey to getting healthy again, the journey to whatever. But I'm like, if you're pretending you can't dunk right now, what
And
are
you
you
still, and it's like with
what are you
ease.
doing? What are you doing? I don't understand. It'd be funny if it was like a joke where he's pretending like he can't dunk, like he goes to pick up games and he pretends like he sucks. And then
you
like
know
when the game's on the
yeah,
line,
yeah.
then he drives and just dunks on everybody. Like that would be fun. That would be
That actually reminds me of a video I saw. This one dude, it's a parody, but well, not a parody, but it's like a, like a fake, like obviously it's a fake video, but the guy, what it is it's guy thinks that the original Xbox is the Xbox One. So he's like real excited, like he has the original Xbox. He's like, oh my god, man, like, and he's like in the menu. It's like the very simple. It says like it shows music, like you remember like the very original Xbox had like
yes.
your music and like storage and shit. And he's like, see this, you can hook up your Pandora and like Spotify. And then like he was playing
You can play music CDs in here.
yeah, he was playing Vice City, and he's like, the controller is so innovative, like it's vibrating as I'm like it's shooting. I was like, okay, that's kind of funny. Like, and like you, like a lot of people, some people believe it. They're like, is this dude for real? Like that's the Xbox, and I'm like,
The cord
he's
the cord
joking.
breaks away. It's unbelievable. It has this little
Yeah,
breakaway
right,
cord.
yeah. And then and then he had he had like a cat or something like that, like jump on his bed, and like it was like getting like excited, or get roughhouse, and he's like, hey, I know, okay, I know it's exciting, Xbox One, just calm down, just stuff like that. So yeah, but yeah, I get what you're saying, like with but yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, oh yeah, like that kind of stuff where it's like funny on purpose, but then when I don't know, when your friend or someone makes a video and it's not like a genuine thing, and I
Yeah.
like, to me, I'm thinking, is he trying to like make it's like same thing with like Instagram posts, and these people are at like these nice restaurants and they're like, well, every Friday, and they have like this whiskey thing in their hand and they're like, cheers, and then they make it like where the fire is behind the the
Yeah.
whiskey bottle, and I'm like, what kind of lifestyle are you we're all here talking shit, like you're in your pajamas, like what
Yeah.
is this image, I guess, you're trying to convey to the world, that the thing that you're not, like, it's not this, I don't know, it's not real, it's not authentic, it's not genuine. Like, just admit that, hey, I got hurt and I'm trying to get healthy again. This is my road back to being healthy. Do that.
There's a lot of people that have trouble with that, man. It's all about image. So many people care way too much about how others see them.
It's an interesting phenomenon that I'm seeing more and more of, and I start.
Well, especially with this generation, Jesus Christ.
Well, it's not even this. I mean, there are people like our age and above doing it. Like, these are people that are around my age that are doing it, and then now I'm seeing young people having Instagram photo shoots, like just at random plate, like on the side of the street, and I'm just like, photo shoots, like, not like, her, let's take a picture in front of this bridge or whatever. They're like posing differently, and like, and they're little kids, they're little teenage kids, and they're having these photo shoots, and I'm just like,
I don't know why that reminded me of that, but no, yeah, that's
what is going on
I've seen
right
a
now?
couple. I've seen a couple of that, and it's funny. But there's kind of changed the subject just a little bit, because when you said that, like taking random photos, it reminded me of this. Oh man, it's so terrible. So there's real quick. I think I might have mentioned there's this doctor. Okay, I say doctor very loosely. Okay, his name's Dr. Mike. He's on YouTube. He's blown up huge. He has all these kind of videos, and I think I told you he like
Is
has
he the
like
one
a
that
like.
adjusts people? Is he
Wait,
the
say that.
is he the
Yeah.
chiropractor?
No. That's Dr. Jason.
Oh, okay.
Dr. Mike, he's just a regular. I don't even really know what kind of doctor is.
And
Like I said, I don't believe he's a real doctor. Okay, let me
yeah,
explain.
and then if he's a chiropractor, is he really a doctor, or is he a
Well,
doctor that also does?
well,
I don't know.
well, chiropractic. I mean, I don't know. But anyways,
Continue.
but this because I recently found this out, because I don't have Instagram. Okay, for those who don't know, and Dr. Mike is on Instagram. He's the one who I told you he was pushing all this. Hey, you need to we all need to wear masks and this and that, and then he got caught celebrating his birthday with a bunch of other people with no mask on. And then he tried to make he made this fake ass, this lame, corny ass apology. He didn't even put it on his regular channel on YouTube. He put it on like another channel that's not as really as popular really at all. And then I saw, because I was watching another video, Mark Dice. He was what?
How did me taking saying random photos?
I was about to get there.
Okay, sorry.
But and then Mark Dice showed pictures on Instagram. Dr. Mike, he's on Instagram. He's in these super expensive suits. Just someone taking random photography pictures, like professional photography pictures, just all over, just random places. And he's in these poses. He's just like this, and just like like those. He's just like this, looking at the camera, like this, doing this, and I'm like, you're not a doctor. You're not a doctor. You are not like. But that just reminded me, and I'm just like, I'm losing my mind. I'm like this. I'm just happy because he's being exposed as a fraud, and it's. I mean, and I couldn't believe. I'm like, I didn't even know that. I'm like, no real doctor has time to just. Hey, you want to follow me over here? Let's take hundreds of pictures at the. No, I don't care. But yeah, that reminded me of that. I know it's off topic, but you know how my brain works.
Well, then,
Okay,
no, I don't. God doesn't even. But that's besides the point. But
whatever.
it is it is interesting that, like, this whole look at me taking like everyone like since the beginning of photography, people have taken pictures of themselves, and people like my parents had photo albums, and where you take pictures and you put them in that book or what, and like that's what Instagram is. It's a virtual
Yeah. I don't
Photo
take
book.
pictures of myself. I break cameras.
You break cameras. Yeah. But you don't want to break your
Ugly.
$2,800 phone you have, idiot.
Okay, first of all, it's not
But
2,800. It's not 2,800.
I bought it. Why is it $2,000? Because it
No, you know what? No, I saw. There's two people reviewed this phone. This one moron said the tablet screen is too big. I'm like, what? What do you mean? It's meant to be big. And then this fucking one dumb bitch, I swear to God, she goes like this. Look. She goes like this. She goes like right off almost in the beginning of the video. She goes, see, like when you do it like this. See, it's like real hard to close with like one hand, and like I'm afraid I'm gonna close it, and I'm like, dude, I look at the comments. All the comments were just like, close it with both hands. That's what it's meant for. I'm like, you people are retards. Like, what are you doing? Like, come on. Like, it's a normal phone. Like, what hello? I'm losing my mind. The tablet screen. He's like, why isn't there a happy medium? There is a happy medium. A regular phone. Jesus Christ. You don't need this phone. Anyways, but what time is it? 4:34. Okay, we got a couple minutes.
I know, about a minute and a half. You seem very defensive about the phone you bought.
Well, no. Well, it goes with anything. Like when people say that Warzone is like the best BR. No, not even close. There's even more glitches than that fucking shit now. I don't care what anyone says. Infinity Ward. I don't care what you say. I don't care what
is awesome.
They don't know what I knew. No, they have another glitch. So you know the like the Juggernaut, like where it's like you're like in a big suit and you have a minigun basically, and like it's really really fucking hard to kill you. It's part of his kill streak. Well, there's a glitch now where you can have your entire team as a Juggernaut and you just walk just literally mowing people down.
Well, yeah, the game always, like, new games always have, well, not new games, but just games are.
No, exactly. You said new game. No.
I didn't say new game.
And they take forever. They take forever to like Infinity War. They take forever to like I watch Nick Merckx. He's a streamer. Even he plays. He literally. I mean, he's leaning more into Fortnite as of right now because of how bad Warzone is, and he still plays both. But ever since Warzone came out, he's played it every single. Basically, he switched over. He used to play Fortnite all the time, and then he switched over to Warzone because he loved it so much. Even he's come out, not just him, but he's like Infinity War. He goes, he like talked to his audience. He's like, you guys know how they drag ass when it comes to fixing shit.
Well, I think it's such a big thing. I don't think they can release like these quick fixes, and then every update costs them money. So like anytime they want.
Oh no, I know.
Well, I'm just okay. Well, first of all, like, don't poo-poo someone else's money that you don't have to spend. You spend $60 and expect all of this stuff to be fixed within a week of it.
Definitely, I've never ever said that.
You have all these.
Never ever said that.
Okay,
that's what I'm talking about, man. That's not what I'm talking. I've never said that.
There is an interesting fact. We'll end on this because I know how much you love Call of Duty. Over the last 12 months, how much money do you think the Call of Duty franchise has made?
Oh Lord. Oh man, I know it's a lot. Obviously, it's a lot. I don't know. I don't know.
What would you say?
$200 million. I don't know.
200 million?
That's a wild guess. That's a wild
guess. Wild guess.
Wild guess.
The Call of Duty franchise has earned $3 billion over the last 12 months.
I like how you say. I like how you right before that we were talking about cost some money to make updates, and then you tell me how much fucking money they made over 12 months.
It does. It's insane, and that's like I guess everything. It's like following the launch of Black Ops Cold War, Activision revealed that the Call of Duty franchise's net bookings have surpassed $3 billion in the last 12 months. But that's net. I don't know if that's gross. So it depends on how much money they spent on the game, and I don't think it was $1 billion or even anywhere close to $1 billion. Probably a few hundred million. I'm guessing.
But, and then Cold War was even cheaper because it's on the older engine.
What do you mean?
Because the Modern Warfare is on a new engine.
What do you mean? No. Wait, the old Modern Warfare game? The one
No.
that was attached to...
The most recent Modern Warfare that has Warzone, that started Warzone.
Okay, yeah.
That has a new engine. That has a new engine, a brand new engine in it.
Okay, and then... Black Ops,
Cold War, Cold War as far as like because Treyarch does Black Ops.
Okay.
Infinity Ward does.
I thought they used the same. I thought they all the three places use the same.
That's what I
maybe
figured.
An updated version. I don't know.
And that's another reason why. That's why another reason like a lot of streamers and a lot of people they don't they don't really like the new Cold War because it's like a lot of people do like it because it's going back to like the original Call of Duty, but then other people don't like it because it's old. It's old. It's old. It would be like DICE going back to fucking Battlefield 2 fucking 10 years ago. Like that, no, people be like, this is dumb. Like, what are you doing? You have something already new and you're gonna revert? No, that doesn't make any sense. To me at least. That like I said, some people like it. To me, no, that makes no sense.
Yeah, if you're gonna if that's what it is, I wonder like if like a remastered version of an old Call of Duty would be.
They've
done that. So I'm saying like instead of releasing this new Black Ops game where it's new or what I like you saying, but it's really the old stuff kind of refreshed, just release like a remastered version and then come up with something. But like, how hard would it be to innovate in that space? Because if you change the game too much, then they just made $3 billion in 12 months. They're doing something right.
Well, it's just like Apple. People will buy it no matter what.
I don't think that's true.
No, I do.
Because if the game sucks, it's gonna go away. It's like when yes.
With Call of Duty, no. Chase, the Apple 12, we've been through this. There's no charging brick. There's no fingerprint scanner, and there's no external storage. They're taking away features, and people are still, oh my god, Apple 12, the iPhone 12, oh my god. They're taking features away and still charging the same price or more, right? I don't care. Call of Duty, this Cold War, they're taking features away and they're charging $70. I don't care. I have to have it. Like, oh my god. So they're gonna buy it. Like it's just like the Call of Duty franchise is similar to Apple. It doesn't matter what they do. There'll always people be buying it.
So it's gotten so big, it's like this self-sustaining thing in your head?
Yeah, okay. Absolutely. Yes, that's a perfect word. Self-sustaining. I'd
have to disagree.
If you disagree, that's fine. That's fine.
I think in 10 years, it's the biggest game is not going to, like, it's still kind of Call of Duty. Fortnite's taken over kind of for a while, and then that's kind of fallen off. But it's all like, remember Halo was the big game, like the best first-person shooter in a while. Then Call of Duty took over, and it's been that for a little while. But then there's all these different little splintered off communities. Like, I think, like, that's what it's going to be.
The difference between obviously Halo and Call of Duty is Call of Duty was on it. I think it started on like one specific console, but then it split off onto both. Halo was always on Xbox.
Yeah.
So there's a difference. Now, if Halo was on both consoles, it probably would have been different.
Maybe. I don't know. It's an interesting thought experiment, but you got to go to work, so I'll let you go. Everyone, thanks for watching.
This was fun. Yeah. I love doing these. These are great.
Yeah, the video games and nonsense. It was more nonsense, not a lot of video games this episode.
I don't really like seeing your face too much, but
but it was good. Yeah, mostly audio only for you, definitely. But thanks for watching Video Games Nonsense. I'm one of your hosts, Chase Carter, and he is
Raymond Woods.
And we appreciate everyone watching, and we'll see you guys next week. All right.
I remember 20